Why should people in North Fresno care about Youth Build and the students that we work with here at the local Conservation Corps? And I think that's a very simple answer. Through Fresno County EOC and the local Conservation Corps Youth Build Fresno, we are providing young people with skills where they can go out into society and become successful. So what we're doing here is taking young people who have had a history, family history of being on the quote-unquote system and giving them training and education where they then can go out and obtain jobs, become tax-paying citizens, and basically become productive. So what is Youth Build? Youth Build was founded by the founder of Youth Build USA, Dorothy Stallman. And it was a program that started in Brooklyn, New York. And the whole basis of Youth Build is taking young people who have fallen through the cracks. These young people can be 16 to 24 and who do not have their high school diploma and who do not have marketable job skills, and giving them the opportunity to obtain those. So Youth Build is taking young people who have fallen through the cracks and giving them opportunities to become successful members of society. Myself, I would say any young person who comes through the program who then becomes a positive part of their family structure is success. We've had a former Youth Build student who is now the Chief of Staff for District 5 Council Member Sal Quintero. And he is, he's someone who came through the program in the late 90s. He has his master's degree, and he is, running for office, and he's making a difference. My father, the late Reverend Chester Riggins, was pretty much one of the community fathers for the West Side. And growing up, I basically shared my father with the community. My dad has been dead for 3 years, and I'm still learning from him, because now I see why he was doing what he was doing. And he was doing it from a more spiritual side, saving souls. And I think I'm helping save lives. Like I said, I'm learning from my dad still, and he's been dead for 3 years. And I see why he was doing what he was doing. And that's why I do what I do, and that's why I love what I'm doing. There's nothing like going home and knowing that you're really impacting people. You can't put a value on that. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. We have young people with unlimited potential, and we have young people who, through this program, will make a difference. And it may not be tomorrow, it may not be next week, but they will make a difference out in the community. Our motto is that we're training tomorrow's leaders today. We're making a difference not only on the West Side, but in Fresno. So that's the message I have to share.
My parole officer referred me to the LCC. I guess she has some former parolees that have been here, and she told me that it'd be a great starting point. A great starting point for me, and I decided to apply. I was once somebody in the community that created victims. I mean, that's just as plain as I can put it, Like, people make choices because of influences that they have around them. And one thing that I was doing was being heavily influenced about a lot of my peers and not being myself. Well, a lot of things, just like this organization here, there's a lot of good-hearted people. There's a lot of people that have good spirits. Those things that people feel inside them, they need to push into the communities and let people know that there are people that are willing to help them if they choose to be helped. Let them know that there is something different. If they want something better for themselves, it may take work, because I felt like it's a lot harder to do good. It is, especially in times like this, but there is a lot of help, and there are a lot of people that want to help. You just have to let them know that you need to be helped. A youth build program, work construction program, and pretty much we had a lot of troubled teens, or young adults that are my age, somewhat close to my age, that have been through some of the things that I've been through, join this program. We're pretty much a construction program. We go out and help private contractors, and I believe the EOC has a couple of contracts with different organizations, and we go out and we build stuff. It was rough. I mean, I tried to look for a job, really couldn't find one, and being honest, I mean, in these times, and I'm just being honest, coming from a facility or anything like that and looking for work, it's extremely hard. It's like a snake pit out here. Everybody's trying to find a job, everybody's going through some of the same things, and being at the bottom of the food chain, I mean, 9 times out of 10, the one that's being incarcerated and the one that gets out, he's not gonna get that job over people that's been out here looking for jobs for a long time now. Even people with degrees out here looking for jobs. Well, you enroll in school first because it is a 50-50 program. So if you're gonna join the Corps, you have to go back to high school or be willing to go to school. And so I enrolled in school, and I went back through the orientation. And I passed the mental toughness, which is 5 days of mental orientation. After you pass that, they're pretty much willing to help you if you want to be helped. Yes, I do. I believe anything's possible if you're willing to put the work in. I feel like you can't want for nothing. You can't get something and gain something without putting any work in, because there's not one story that I haven't come across, whether it's Michael Jordan, whether it's Sammy Sosa, whether it's Derek Jeter. They all had to go through something. They all had to work hard at getting what they wanted. And that's what's important. I know, like I said, is staying focused. Staying focused on what you want and actually going out and getting it. And don't ever let anybody tell you can't. A year from now, most importantly, I'll be hopefully married, and I have a baby that's on the way, March 22nd. If everything goes well, if God's willing, I'll have a little boy. I have a little boy here, and I'm excited about being a father. I'm excited about just being able to share that father-son experience. I'm excited about, just moving on and actually having a life, something that I've always wanted. I've always wanted to have a family. That's another one of my dreams, is just to have a family. I would just tell them to keep your head up, and if there is something, if you have good in your heart, don't be afraid to let it out, no matter what people say to you, no matter if people physically hurt you. Just remember that, there are people out there that are willing to help you. If you choose to want the help, just ask for it. Just ask for the help and receive it and accept it.
Agency, we bridge the gap to self-sufficiency by providing opportunities and resources as we initiate and partner in shared community efforts to improve the quality of life.
Just to be out of Sacramento and to be here to see firsthand how important resources, including financial, but also program and services, are blended together at the local level to better meet the needs of the community.
We all know that we do better with structure and direction and options. And EOC has a long history of doing that.
And one of the nice things about Youth Build is they have a program just to help kids get that high school diploma. And we know that once you have your high school diploma, your chances are much greater to be successful.
The impacts that this program and that the local Conservation Corps is having on youth in the county of Fresno is remarkable.
It's incredible the work and the partnership that EOC does here and the impact on our youth. I think it's so crucial, and to see our partnership from not only the county, the city, but different departments come together. This is the new norm. We're going to have to get it done this way, and this is probably the only way that we're going to, in fact, impact lives across the city and throughout the state.
To see something like this come to fruition after so many years, I think it's just great. And I want to say congratulations to the Economic Opportunities Commission.
I want to close by thanking EOC and the local Conservation Corps for providing these programs within our communities, and the grantors for funding and investing in our youth, because that's what this is. It's an investment in our youth that will pay off in the long run, not just for the participants, but for the city as a whole.
Just seeing you all here, especially seeing these young people standing behind me, it really gives me a humbling spirit, knowing that work is being done so graciously here in Fresno County and is impacting all the counties in Fresno to make our life that much better.
I had the very good fortune to preside over the local Conservation Corps for 17 years. And during that time, we trained over 5,000 young men and women.
And the local Conservation Corps, our motto is, we're training tomorrow's leaders today. And I firmly believe this. And
EOC is about pursuing opportunities now without regard to the resources we currently control. EOC is about trying to grow, trying to have a bigger impact and a greater impact in Fresno County and in the city of Fresno.